All right, welcome everyone. Let's take a look at some of our major arteries of the body using the Anatomage Table. So remember, with arteries, they're always running away from the heart and out towards all the body parts. So when you talk about blood moving away from the heart and you talk about arteries, the aorta is a great place to start. Now there are several sections to the aorta. We can't really see them all in this view right here, but you should be able to see when I click this on and off right here where that aorta is. Notice it says descending aorta on the table, and that's one of those sections of it. And of course this runs down through the thoracic and abdominal regions. Now notice once you get down here to the lumbar region, you see that descending aorta splitting into common iliac arteries. And you can see there is one on the right and one on the left, right? There they are side by side with the body. Most of the time what we have on the right side, we also have on the left. So coming back up again to this aorta, get down into this lumbar region, it's going to split off into these common iliac arteries, left and right. So you can see them left and right there. Follow them down a little bit further and they become the external iliac. Now the internal iliac run into the pelvic cavity. So as soon as that common passes that little internal branch, when you're continuing on down towards your lower limb, it's going to be external iliac. So again, if we left the heart, we go down through the aorta, down to the common iliac, down to those external iliac. Now you get down to the bottom of that external iliac, now you're down in the femoral region. Remember, the femoral region is that region from your hip down to your knee. Well, here we can see our femoral and deep femoral arteries. Well, they run through the femoral region. Sounds like a good name for them. That's why you want to learn your body regions back in chapter 1. You get down to the knee, and this largely becomes the popliteal artery. And again, we're looking at the right side. You got a mirror image over on the left. Remember, the popliteal region is the region behind the knee. That's where this artery runs. Wouldn't do any good to run it to the front. Every time you bent your knee, you just pinch that artery off. Be a bad place for it. And of course, to the front, it'd be more vulnerable. Put it to the back of the knee, you're less likely to get hit there. Now, once you pass the knee, you're down in the leg or crural region. Remember, leg or crural region is from your knee down to your ankle. So when you look down in that region, there's two bones. Well, there's a tibia and a fibula. So if you look at your tibial arteries, you can see we've got an anterior and a posterior. Well, remember, the tibia is the bone that's medial to the inside. So there's an artery to the front and behind it. It's what anterior and posterior are. And then again, the fibula is that bone that's lateral to the outside. So lateral to the outside is the fibular artery. We'll get down here a little bit lower, down in the foot and such. You can see over here, there's a calcaneal artery. Remember your calcaneus, what you think of as that big heel bone. You got some plantar arteries right here, referring to the bottom of the foot. And you can see also the dorsalis pedis, one of the large ones in this ankle region. And then you get all the way down to the digital, down here in your toes. So, of course, remember that digits refers to your toes or your fingers. So when you're looking down at the toes or fingers, either one, you could have digital arteries. Okay, so there's a nice little view running from the heart all the way down to the toes. We'll continue with other sections soon.